Then a mind said to me, V, remember you're in your no buy year, just don't buy the watch. Immediately know me, I think to myself, I'm like, come on, I need a watch. I need something on my hand to tell the time. My name, your phone can. It's V, let's grow. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. If it's your first time here, on this channel we talk about getting out of debt, and what you can do to have a better relationship with money. So if that is something that you are interested in hearing, stay tuned and let's talk. On the last video, I mentioned to you that I will come back and discuss how you work on getting out of debt, right? And that is something that we're going to be talking about briefly today. So the first thing that we spoke in the previous video, we spoke about, getting your budget together, ways to cut costs and so on. You already know by this time, and if you don't know, I am doing a no buy year, which means that I'm not going to be buying anything that is not a necessity. You also know that I have been very committed to getting my car paid off, which I achieved. So I thank God for that, but it came with a lot of commitment, sacrifice, discipline. With that being said, I'm going to share with you some of the ways that you can focus on paying off debt or getting out of debt. One of the first things that I did for me was a Dave Ramsey program. And this program, it gave you little clues about, what to do and stuff like that. And I won't belabor the point, so I'll get into it quickly. So you're in debt. What's the first thing that you want to do? When you think about it, you make that budget and you realize, oh boy, I don't want to be owing all of this money for this long. The first thing that you need to do is similar to how the banks will make a payment plan for you. Any loan agency that you go, they'll make a payment plan for you. You have to start now making a payment plan for yourself. How much money am I able to put aside to put toward this loan? Is it $100? Is it $1,000? Is it $2,000? What is it? What does it look like? In order for you to be able to know that, you have to go back to the first two videos, maybe to find out about, budgeting, how to budget, and then how to have a lean budget so you know what your expenses are and what your income is, to be able to really and truly determine what you have left to be able to spend. And you need to have a realistic goal in mind, by the way. So it doesn't make sense for you to say, oh, I have $3 million to pay off in Jamaican dollars, and then I'm going to pay it off in 1 year with a salary of $100,000 a month. That's not realistic. Or we're talking about, let's say, for example, you have 15,000 US to pay off, and you're going to do it in 1 year. You're working part-time and you're only making $10,000 for the year. That's not realistic. You want to make a realistic budget so you know what to do. Your next step is that you're going to think about, as I said, what to put aside. So once you think about what to put aside, whatever it is. So if you're in Jamaica and it means $1,000 a week, that is $4,000 for the month. It might seem very small, but when you add it up, that is $48,000 for the year. That could remove a few payments from the debt that you have. If it's in the US and you're looking at maybe $15 for the week, that is $60 for the month. That still could do something. Or whichever country you live in. I'm just giving you these examples. So once you know what you can put aside for the month, the next step is to do it. In spite of anything that is happening around you, do it. So sometimes, you'll get distracted, even with me. And that is why it's important to have your emergency fund first. I would also recommend that you check out the Dave Ramsey baby steps. I'm in Jamaica, so I tweet it a little bit to match my Jamaican context in terms of $1,000 is not really $1,000 in Jamaica. It is almost $160,000. So that is why it's important to have your emergency fund, because what is going to happen when you start putting aside that money, you want to ensure that you stick to it. So sticking to it means that maybe you have to have a direct deposit going towards that loan. So whenever you have a deduction from your salary, it makes it easier because you're not seeing it. So you know that if you have $4,000 or $60 to put aside for financing this loan, you put it aside. And also ensure that when you're paying on the loan, you indicate to the loan agency or entity that you're paying on the principal, right? Ensure that you do that. If you don't do that, you won't see things moving. And why are you paying on the principal? Because that is where the interest is charged from. So if you owe $10,000 and you just pay the minimum payment all the time, they will take out what they want for the interest rate, and then they'll put what to put on the principal, a smaller amount. But when you now put it on the principal, it brings down the amount that you have to pay over time. All right, so once you do that, it gets difficult because things are going to pop up. Everything I go pop up one time. I go say, boy, we can't go do it that month, and we can't go do it. I won't be able to do it this time. Things will happen. Life will happen. If you miss a payment, don't miss two. You know, you have to ensure that you maintain the habit. Because what will happen, you see, the first 3 months will look so difficult. You see, after that, when you look and you actually realize that it is being reduced, that will, in and of itself, will motivate you to maintain the payment. But you see, if you continue to miss, it gets easier to miss it because now you're getting, your discipline is being depleted over time. So just try to work at it. It will take some time. People will think that you're being crazy, but it is very important for the future you. Your future you will thank you so much. And when you become disciplined, it becomes easier. I'm going to wrap out with a little story, and then we'll pick up in the next video about other things that you can do. So we spoke already about, in order for you to be able to just put aside some money, you probably have to take lunch to work. You probably have to monitor what you spend on gas. Ensure that you cook at home. Ensure that you say no to yourself and to others who might need stuff. You might have to do a staycation. You might have to cut the cable, cut some other things, some subscriptions that you don't need. Put aside the credit card, whatever you need to do to save money. I'm going to give you a funny story and then I wrap out. So I'm on the snow by year and we're in month number 3. All of a sudden, I have a watch that I love to wear. I like to wear watches. I'm old school and it's not a smart watch, a regular, what is this? Analog watch. And I came in from work one afternoon and I put it on the top of the fridge for whatever reason. I opened the freezer and the watch fell and it broke. Remember now, I'm in my no-buy year. That means that I will not be buying anything that is not a necessity. Took the watch off and it broke. Immediately, I was thinking, no, so I have to go get back the watch because I like to have a watch on my hand. This took place about 2 weeks ago. And I'm saying, all right, I'm going to buy back the watch and blah, blah, blah. Then a mind said to me, V, remember you're in your no-buy year. Just don't buy the watch. Immediately now me I think to myself, I'm like, come on, I need a watch. I need something on my hand to tell the time. Your phone can tell the time and all these things. But because I've become so accustomed to having a watch on my hand, I felt like I needed to buy it. It might seem very simple, but that is my way of retraining my mind to be disciplined. I can buy the watch, I can do it, but I am deciding not to because I'm remaining committed to the challenge. Because it's no longer challenging for me to say, oh, I'm not going to a store. That's simple. Oh, I'm not going to buy anything for the year. I started that already. But what is challenging now is in the middle of it, something that you think that you need, when it goes bad, what do you do? Anyhow, that is just my story to show you that things will happen over the period that you're doing it for, and it doesn't have to be a year. Remember, you can cut the costs for 2 months, 3 months, 1 month, whatever works for you. But as long as you do something to help yourself to have a better relationship with money. So I'll come back next time and give you additional clues about how to save money as well as how to get out of debt, and I will update you on how this no-buy thing is going. If you see me with a watch, say me giving a joke. But I want to thank you so much. I wish you all the best on your journey. Thank you so much for watching me. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.